What would I tell that Kriti? That just keep believing in yourself and keep doing what you do with all your heart, and you will reach where you want to reach. Because I think back then also, when you come from a non-film background into this industry, there are a lot of what ifs, you know. There are a lot of, like, it's not a very secure profession, especially when you come from a family of professionals, of your mother being a physics professor, dad's a CA, you've done BTech. Everything is like, you know, but beta, plan B rakhna, you know. So that plan B is always in your parents' head. I feel like it's not in your head once you know what you want to do. And I think the day I moved to Mumbai, I knew I wanted to be an actor. And when you start dreaming, you can't go back. You know, and yeah, I am proud of my journey, and I'm proud of the fact that, you know, I was told by so many people that it's too big a dream. You know, there are so many people who are in Mumbai wanting to be here, you know, struggling, and it's true. But I didn't let that come in my way. I did believe in myself. Yes, I was lost in many places when I came here, because I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know where to start, how to start. What do you do? Do you take a portfolio? Do you go to people? Which movie is good? Which production is big? Which production is not? I had no idea. You know, I was not a filmy buff. So yeah, I was a Madhuri Dixit fan, but that was about it.
And Hrithik Roshan fan.
And a Hrithik Roshan fan also.
And a Shah Rukh Khan fan.
Yeah, many. But it just was like, I was never starstruck. So, you know, I was never like obsessed about films. And I had just recently discovered that maybe I can act, and I like doing this. I enjoy being in front of camera. I've not done theatre. I've not done workshops.
Yeah. There has been
but I
formal
learned.
training.
But I learned. Yeah, there was no formal training. My training has only been on the job. From not knowing the mark and where the facing of the camera is, and, you know, ending up giving your back and realizing, oh shit, it was my back.
That happened?
Of course it happens in the beginning. You have no idea. In the beginning, you have no idea. I still date also, I perform better when it's my back shot. So it does happen with me. Like, of course I know it now, but when it's your back shot, it kind of takes away the fact that the camera is there. You know, and you end up like giving something magical if you're giving your 100%. I feel so many people don't realize what they're passionate about for a very long time.
Absolutely.
You know, it's very difficult to find your passion.
Absolutely.
Because we don't try things sometimes. We भेड़ चाल में हम लोग चलते हैं, हमें लगता है अच्छा अभी मुझे साइंस और कॉमर्स और आर्ट्स में से ही एक चूज करना और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, तो ओके मे बी दिस, and then we just keep going, you know. And it's very rare that you actually find your work and your passion coinciding. And I'm just glad that I'm able to do that.
You know, but when you come from a humble background which has no idea basically about this world, about what stardom feels like, and honestly, even after years of you being a star, the mahal at home is very normal, because
I'm so glad.
Exactly, thank God for that. But when you started off, when did you realize, how did it begin for you? Not many people know where it began, at what age, how it all began, because you started modeling.
Modeling also started like chalo karke dekhte hain, that. Okay, so somewhere I do feel like destiny has a big part in at least my realizing my passion, because I was a studious child. I was very shy. I had stage fright. I used to love dancing. That's all I knew. So I never tried acting, dramatics, nothing. I used to love just dancing. Performing on stage and dance was still something I could do. I would be extremely nervous before entering the stage. So I had that fear. I have been an ambivert, where I'm, you know, I can be an introvert if you don't know me, but once you get to know me, I'm like,
but
really.
You're still like that.
Yeah, I'm still like that. So when I was doing my BTech, it was just randomly when someone just said that, why don't you try modeling? You've got a good height. And I was like, first I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then I was like, okay, you know, let me just try it. Let me see. Like, it could be a hobby. It could just, if not anything, it could help me like improve my personality, grow a little, which it did. And I started, I randomly clicked pictures. My sister clicked my photographs, and they're hideous pictures now when I look back. And I posted it on some site which said that if you win this fresh face contest, you'll get a free portfolio by Dabur Ratnani. Because Dabur Ratnani charges a bomb for a portfolio, and I knew that, and I knew nothing about any other photographer. So I won that contest. I got a modeling contract. I got a portfolio done by him. I was extremely nervous in that. And then I just started getting, like, I started auditioning for ads. I started doing ramp shows. I started doing photo shoots. Ramp shows, photo shoots. My first ramp show, first photo shoot, both I came back crying.
Why?
Because, okay, firstly, if you scold me, I'm still the same person. If someone close scolds me very badly, I'll start crying there only. So I'm still that person. But in my first ramp show, I was I was nervous, obviously, and I messed up the choreography a little bit. It was my first show, and it was a complicated choreography. And that choreographer was extremely rude, and she, after the show, shouted at me in front of 50 models. And I just took it there, and then I went and I sat in an auto and I started crying. So I went back home and I cried and cried and cried. And my mother was like, I don't think this is meant for you. You know, I like, you need to be like a lot more stronger, thick-skinned and all, a lot more confident than what you are. My first photo shoot, I'd not even done a portfolio by then. Okay, so I was literally facing the still camera for the first time, not knowing what posing is, what am I supposed to do. I was extremely conscious. And the photographer was a big photographer, and he saw me and he was very sweet, but he said, it's your first photo shoot, na? And the moment someone tells you that, you know that you're not doing something right. So I freaked out more, and the fact that I had not performed well bothered me so much that I went back home and I cried. So, you know, I think I've always been that person where I have to do it right. I have to perform well. Even in a scene where if I don't perform well, you get that feeling, and I take that feeling back home. So I feel my mom that time was like, you know, I don't think you're meant for this place. I think one needs to be way more confident and thick-skinned than what you are. But I think I've also been the person who
never gives up.
Doesn't give up. So I think I'm so glad that I gave it all a second shot, and I gained that confidence in the process of doing things.